Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to another video on BeamNG Drive, this time Race Mania episode number 17. So the first car today, as you can see, is still the Bomb Squad Hopper, just in green this time. And in second place, the car that just keeps winning somehow, the 200BX. In third is a rather bright orange ETK 600 series. And then in fourth is one of the two new cars. I actually can't remember what it's called, so I'm just going to call it what it is, which is a Dodge. I think it's a Charger or a Challenger. I get them confused. I'm just going to call it a Dodge just to avoid any arguments. Then at the back is the Sunburst Extreme Edition. Now there is also an Extreme Edition for the SBR4, but we've not long recently got rid of the last SBR4, which is the hill climb one, which was stupidly fast as well. And I've tested it, how fast it goes, and yeah, the Extreme Editions, well, the clue's in the name, it is Extreme, so I'll use that one in a bit. Let's put these all on random now and see what kind of chaos is going to be created by them. Once again, the 200BX doesn't actually get off to the best start, so you see the Dodge are looking to try and find a way around side the ETK, pushing it on its bumper. That's quite a bit of a dent, but the ETK has managed to hold itself back in line. Now then, all the cars have now made contact with each other. Where the Sunburst actually seems the best condition. Actually, the 200BX is gone. That's, well, the car needs to win. It's going to be facing into the wall again. That's a hard hit, but I don't think that will have broken a wheel. I'm saying that everything's just imploded now. The ETK has gone round. It looks like the Dodge is going to get sent round as well. The ETK made it slam into the wall, but it should be okay from that. Now then, the Dodge is facing the wrong way. And now then, the Sunburst making some heavy contact there with the Hopper. Is the Hopper going to get sent round now as well? Yes, it is. And is that going to slam into the wall? Yeah, it looks like it's got away okay with that. The Dodge and the ETK going the wrong way, but the Dodge is the effective car that's in the lead of these two, so the Dodge is the one that gets dealt with first. I mean, that is well, when you've got four of the cars going the wrong way, that is a problem you can have with just all of them going the wrong way. Now, I just hope the Jeep isn't going the wrong way as well, because I think I just saw it, I think it is going the wrong way. Yep. So we don't want these two just taking each other out. We want to actually give the cars a chance at surviving. Just get this thing to do a handbrake turn or just skid to a stop, whichever. And let's get it turned round again. It's a pretty good turning circle on the Hopper, so it's got that going for it at least. But the ETK, I imagine, is quite some way behind now, facing the wrong way. I was actually back where it started pretty much, so it hasn't really lost all too much time. And since it has... well, it's the third fastest car here to start with. It might not be now, given the damage that it's got, but it should be okay, really. And now then, the Dodge is having issues. So I think I need to assist the Dodge in getting going again, because this thing has a 7 litre V12 engine. So all that power going through the rear wheels. Unfortunately, the car has no engine sound, so you can't hear that V12. But besides that, the car should be going okay, although it looks like it's going to be one of those classic muscle cars that just wiggles everywhere. But damage-wise, it doesn't look too bad. And then you've just got the Sunburst just so far out in front now already. The 200BX appears to be limping, actually, because I think the Hopper is actually catching up to it. Oh, the Dodge, that's got some amazing speed now. It's actually going somewhere. And now then, there's going to be contact. The Hopper is actually catching up to 200BX. The 200BX is definitely limping. I don't know why though, because it all looks perfectly fine, or fine for what needs to be fine anyway. The wheels and that still looks to be going in the right direction, so I don't really know actually what's wrong with it. And I don't know what's wrong with the ETK either. So all I did was turn that thing round, and now it's just crawling at 20 miles an hour. Now then, here comes the Dodge now to try and make some impact, quite literally, on the race for P2. And the Jeep has eaten the rear bumper of the 200BX, so we need to pull that out before it destroys a wheel. As you've seen from, I think it was last time, what happened when the D series race truck ate the bumper of the 200BX. Things didn't go very well, so I need to get hold of that, try and pull it out, turn up the force, that would make a start. And that's ripped off one of the vendors from the Jeep, but that's the least of the Jeep's worries. And now it's being in contact with the Dodge. Of course, the Dodge is pretty low on the front, so he's just going to send the Jeep round it. Yes, it is. And now it's going to set now after the 200BX. Of course, with the front of it hanging pretty low, it's just got an effective scoop to try and deal with the rest of the cars, because this thing does have some monstrous acceleration once it stops wiggling. I think it's already catching up now to the back of the 200BX, and that's some fairly hefty contact. Then is the 200BX going to be able to do anything about that? It's going to try and come back now, make side-by-side contact. It's going to try and put itself back in front of the racing line, where in effect should be more grip, but there's just so much more power. And there goes the mirror, and now the 200BX is now down to third. Oh, the G, is that going the right way? Yeah, the G is going back now in the right direction. The ETK has just honestly completely had it. Well, one of the lights still works at least, but why is it limping? It's not eating anything. All the wheels are still pointing in the right direction. I don't honestly get what's wrong with it. It shouldn't be too long though until the hopper, which thankfully hasn't got a puncture from pulling out the bumper. It shouldn't be long until it catches up to the seemingly limping 200BX, and that is quite a damaged rear right corner. Now, look at it from this side. I'm surprised the boots honestly still attached on this side of the car. I mean, it's just avoided the hinges from where it would be attached. The ETK, does this thing look any faster in cinematic camera? I highly doubt it. And no, it doesn't. It actually looks slower in this camera. And then the Dodge is already through the S's section, and the Sunburst is already out the top of the other side. Now then, the Hopper, is it catching up to the 200BX? I get the feeling the 200BX is now actually going faster, now they actually got rammed into, and its front lights, they're a bit wonky, but they still both pop up, so they've still got some those pop-up headlights, which is the main thing. This thing looks even slower now, it's going at 35 miles an hour. It is smoking a bit as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with how crippled it seemingly is for what it actually looks like. The front bumper of the Dodge is also scraping its way along the floor. Well, it might just be off because I'm not seeing any sparks. And now with how slow the ETK is going, it's not actually going to be long until the Sunburst comes up to annihilate the back of it, depending on where it actually catches up. Because the Sunburst is starting the second lap, and the ETK is only down at the first few corners. Now then, the Sunburst actually coming up now to actually lap the ETK. I don't think it's going slowly, but I don't think you can actually get caught this quickly. I mean, the ETK is still going through the S's section now for the first lap. I get a feeling there's going to be some quite hefty contact between the two of these. Now, as camera actually knows, there's going to be side-by-side contact, and the Sunburst is easy as you like. I mean, it's lost its mirror, but the mirror is something it really doesn't need, and just scrapes its way through, and that's probably the easiest lapping of a car I think I've ever seen. And now there's contact now between the Hopper and the 200BX. I mean, 200BX has got a massive speed boost from that. I don't know why the 200BX is limping either. I mean, the Hopper, it took its time to catch up. I mean, it took it about best part of a lap to catch back up. And the ETK still limping through the S's section. And the Dodge should actually catch it up before it gets around to the end of the race. And the Sunburst is not smoking or anything. No signs that it's going to give up mechanically anytime soon, so this should be probably the easiest victory for a car in this series to date. Now then, the Hopper catching back up once again. I mean, with that ram that he gave to the 200BX last time, it's still taking a while to catch back up, so there's only a little bit of difference in straight line speed, although under braking the Hopper did gain quite a bit of time there. Running 200BX, I mean, it's almost certain that the Sunburst is going to win, so imagine the 200BX just want to go out with the best position that it can. I mean, I have no idea how this thing actually won in the first place, since it's the second fastest car to start with. I mean, just the luck of all the faster cars taking each other out is really what the slower cars actually need if they want to win. And the Sunburst, which has a top speed of about 160-ish with me driving, compared to 120 of the 200BX. There's just no contest really if the faster cars can just have a clean run like the Sunburst has had. But now then, the 200BX is actually pulling away from the Hopper, so maybe that ram gave a bit of speed boost to the 200BX. And now then, only coming around the last corner now, coming up to it, the Sunburst is probably going to take what has been the quickest victory in terms of time. Of course, you would have seen the cut in between, so I don't actually know how long it's been, but this definitely has to have been the quickest lap. I mean, barring the F1 cars, which are out in the lead, but of normal cars, the 200BX, the Sunburst, has definitely had the fastest lap so far. And let's see how quickly this thing stops. It's actually going quite some way as well. Imagine just want to get out of the way of all the other cars which come round. These two still haven't caught up to each other yet. Now then, the ETK has made its way out to the S section, and so has the Dodge, and this is going to be quite heavy. Oh my god, that's just launched the ETK. That's going straight into the wall. It's going board with the ETK sliding its way down the wall now, and that's probably going to, well, that's taken out the rear wheel, but how much it was limping anyway. If this thing goes faster now, then there was definitely something wrong with it. I mean, it's going 38. It's going 3 miles an hour faster there than what it was before. And the Dodge, well, it's fairly crippled at the front now, but again, it's not smoking. And all the 4 wheels pointing in the right direction, so this thing should be able to make it to the finish line. I mean, if you can just get around the final corner now, then it should be perfectly fine. And I don't know what the brakes on this thing are like. I don't know if it's going to make contact or anything, but it looks like a race version of this Dodge, so it should have fairly decent brakes on as well to go with that monstrous acceleration. And the silent Dodge is also through into the next round. As we have to see now if it actually makes contact with the sunburst on the front of it, just pulls up nicely right up behind it. No, there's going to be a bit of contact there. Actually quite hefty contact. I mean, that's joined the two of them together, I think. Is that a message of intent from the Dodge into the sunburst for next time? The ETK is crabbing its way and also going faster now. It's crashing into it and braking it more has seemingly fixed it. I don't know what's wrong with this car, but either way, the ETKs do have seem to have a record for being crippled. Now they're making its way around the final corner now, and it's out because it's lapped and is the car in last place, but it has at least finished a lap. I mean, with the speed it was going at, I didn't actually think it was going to get round. Now then, this thing should pull over fairly quickly, and actually it went some fair distance for given how damaged it was. But now then, this is the fight now for third place. I mean, as it things stand, the Hopper is through to the next round, so he just needs to survive to the finish line. But I imagine he's going to want to try and take the position away from the 200BX, which is out of any future rounds. And much like with the ETK, just an absolute mystery for why this thing was going so slowly. And then there's a bit of contact there that makes both the cars unstable. I think that was the last chance there from the Hopper. See, that thing got much more unstable than what the 200BX did. And now then, coming up into the second to last corner, I think the Hopper's running out of time. I think it might well just actually settle now for where it is. Coming home in fourth place. I mean, even though if the 200BX takes third, it's still out the next round because it needed to win. And I think actually, from this angle, this thing does actually look pretty strange, I have to say, without actually having any of the mirrors. But now then, round the final corner, the fairly smashed up back of the 200BX, and somehow the rear windscreen has actually managed to survive. And now then, third place for the 200BX, which isn't going to be enough to see it get through into the next round. Let's get on board now with the Hopper, which is also coming up to the finish line as well. I imagine this thing might make some quite heavy contact with the 200BX since it can actually get past it on the track. Now then, coming up to the finish line, there's going to be quite heavy contact there. And that's put the boot up on the 200BX, give that quite a significant shove forward as well. Let's see how much. And the rear windscreen actually survived that as well. So I don't know. Well, all the strength went into the rear windscreen, it seems, and not actually into the car itself. So now then, just going to get the cars lined up now, or next to the winner of the Sunburst, since that was the car that's the farthest facing. And just leave it like that. That'll do. It doesn't need to be perfectly straight. Now then, the Hopper, what damage does that took from the end? I mean, honestly, that thing looks fine still from all the rams it did. I mean, the bonnet's a little bit bent up, but honestly, that's nothing. The bonnets aren't even useful in this. I mean, some cars are error affected, but given that the Jeep's a square, it's definitely not one of them. Now then, the front of the 200BX honestly still seems, if you look at it from this angle, it looks like it just needs a new front bumper, so I don't get why it was honestly limping so badly. And then the ETK, which went faster after being mutilated on the rear right, much like the 200BX did. That's getting all of them lined up now. So honestly, the car that survived the best, I think, has to be between the Sunburst and the Hopper. I mean, the Hopper took more damage from me removing the 200BX front bumper. And the only thing wrong with the Sunburst is front bumper, and then the rear bumper is taking a bit of damage at the end. But honestly, I think because the Hopper's a lot stronger, I have to give the award to the Sunburst for best surviving car. So I'm going to check out my Discord server, which will be linked in the description down below, along with my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so definitely going to follow me on all of them as well. Remember to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.